Hey everyone! So, first of all, please ignore the buzzing that's coming from outside. My neighbors have decided to spend most days of quarantine doing some kind of loud lawn maintenance, so my apologies. Anyway, today we're talking about a topic that came up in my August blog series for College Audition Season. And for anyone who hasn't checked it out yet, it's still ongoing. You can check out the old posts, stay tuned for the new posts every Tuesday and Thursday. Check out the link in the description for that. As I was writing the series, I realized there were some points in it that could probably use some visual and more detailed explanation. So today we will be talking first about organizing your audition binder. So for anyone who's looking for the finer details on how to make that nice, clean, professional audition binder, please stay tuned.
So, first of all, be sure to pick a binder that is clean and fully intact. As you may be able to see, my audition binder has had a long journey and will need to be replaced before my next audition. You may also want to consider color. The binder should be a solid, low-key color. Yellow and pink may prove to be distracting. Now, to personalize it a bit, I have added my name to the side and a copy of my headshot resume to the front pocket. Why do this? Because it keeps someone from accidentally grabbing your binder, and why not throw some extra face recognition in the audition room? Moving inside, you will notice immediately that my binder is void of any extraneous materials, and all contents are clean and fully intact. This gives the pianist a sense of professionalism and respect. Plus, you don't have to go on an adventure together to find what you need. For music, be sure to grab a fresh copy of your song. The copy I am using has some erased markings. Reminder, this is what I grabbed for this video and would never actually do this. I am going to give you a couple examples of marking your music and creating cuts using a single song. Side note, it is best to have a 32-bar cut, a 16-bar cut, and a full song version of each song in your binder. Looking at my first example, you will see I have started at the beginning of the piece. Therefore, you can decide whether or not you need to mark for a bell tone. Also, because my intro is one measure, I can include it in the cut. If you have a long intro, cut it down to 1 or 2 bars before the entrance and mark clearly. You don't want to use up your precious bar count. If you are jumping to another section, clearly mark it. Mark where you are jumping to and mark where you are picking it up. I rarely do cuts like this because it can get very messy very quickly. But if you really want that verse into the bridge, make sure you make the point clear. At the end of my cut, I clearly marked the end because it is not simply the end of the song. Turning to my second example, side note, it is good to tab your pieces so you can skip to the right one faster. Here we have a cut starting in the middle of a song. We have to, clearly mark it. If you are picking up in the middle of a line of lyrics like this, you'll probably want a bell tone. If you have some musical interlude, you have a choice of intro or bell tone. And in the case of this cut, we are simply going through the end of the song, so no markings are needed at the end. Once you have clearly marked, be sure to communicate that clearly when talking to your pianist, especially if you have those pesky transitions. Be sure to note any key changes, at least verbally, as well. And hidden in the back of my binder are extra headshot resumes, along with my marked up audition monologue, just in case. Check back next week for a whole video on monologue formatting. And that's all she wrote. I hope this has been fun and informative. Leave a comment if you have any questions or video suggestions.
Here the video ends and the work begins. Let's support each other.